What's up guys, Nutris here, and today I want to make a video about hard Prokel. My previous video was about the normal Prokel fight, and today I want to cover the differences between hard mode and normal mode. So we're just going to focus on a couple of patterns that are a little different between hard and normal so you guys have the tools ready to actually fight them in hard mode. Alright, I went through this video already. Again, it's a recording of me on my Slayer this time. And we won't watch the whole video. I went through and looked at some timestamps of key stuff, but this character's 1560, 4x3 plus 2 level 7s, and I recently got LOS 30, so I'm pretty pumped about that. But I'm going to fast forward here. The first one we're going to go is around 30 seconds, and in hard mode, Prokel now does something that we're going to call counter stance. You'll see it right here. So Prokel will randomly put up this big red shield, and you can think of this as a counter stance, meaning if you hit him during this, he will retaliate, hit you, and I believe it stuns you and does a pretty good chunk of damage. This is honestly one of the worst things in hard mode because you can be trying to chain one of your abilities after Prokel starts an attack, and then he decides to instantly do this while you're in the middle of your animation. So this one takes a lot of time to get used to, and you can just get flat out unlucky sometimes getting hit by this. But you'll see when this pops up, you do absolutely nothing. Don't attack, just walk around, wait for it to end, and then you can queue up an ability and start beating them up when it's over. All right. The next thing is multi-teleport attack. So this is the same type of attack as normal. You'll see he does it right after. Here's another retaliate. So here's the multi-teleport. You know, he disappears and reappears behind you a couple times. The only difference in hard mode, as you can see, is purple scythe projectiles that are flying around, and if they hit you, they do a little bit of damage, and they also will apply some darkness on you, so it reduces your visibility. So just do your best to dodge that stuff. It's not too bad. We'll let the animation finish. They linger and then they despawn. There you go. So the next thing, 56, it's coming up here in 6 seconds. It's going to be the cone attack. This will look familiar at first. Here he goes. So you remember this one from normal. He does some slashes in front of him, then he does like a big 270 cone. You have to be right behind him, or you can run away to outrange it, whatever you prefer. It looks exactly the same. The only difference in hard mode, he has the option to do a follow-up cone attack. So let's say you're behind him DPSing, he can literally turn around and just do the cone attack again. And you'll see he does opt to do it again here. So I'm running up, and I'm paying attention, I'm like, okay, is he going to do the second attack? You'll see when his front indicator will turn to me, and I'll know that it's going on. So boom, boom, look at that. He turned, you kind of saw a little bit of this gold dust, so I know exactly he's going into it. So I just start running away again, and boom, there it was. So that's something you got to look out for in hard mode. It's the same. All right, at around 116, which is coming up here in 10 seconds, in hard mode, there is 2 phases of darkness. You'll see it come up here in 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. And there you go. Prokel disappeared in the darkness. So if you recall from normal, this doesn't happen until very, very late into the fight. The darkness for the person fighting Prokel corresponds with that big horse elite that spawns on the outside. I'm sure if you guys have done this, you've seen the elite mob. It's literally like a dark knight riding a giant horse. And you have to hurry up and kill it immediately, because as long as that horse is alive, the person inside has reduced visibility, aka this darkness. So again, 2 horses now in hard mode. One happens earlier in the fight. You can see he's around 152 health bars when the first horse spawns outside. So you just have to play a little careful 2 times now, earlier in the darkness, and then of course the one later on. Another pattern that happens is at 140. We'll fast forward a little bit here. All right, I'll let this attack start because you'll notice it probably when he starts. So here we go. I get hit a few times here. You guys know this attack, right? Where he swipes a few times and jumps on his pole. Previously, he lands and he's targeted at you in normal mode. In hard mode, he can do 1 of 2 attacks, and you have to be ready to react fairly quickly depending on what he does. So the first option is the same. He will turn towards you, and you can use that front white indicator by default to see which direction he's looking. So I suggest running somewhere where my mouse is. Run over here. Don't be right in front of him, because then it's hard to tell what he's going to do. So you want to be anywhere else, on either side, anywhere behind him. just so you can see if he's turning towards you or not, if his front indicator moves. So you can see I move over here. The second option that he can do now in hard mode is instead of targeting you, he can just keep facing the same direction he's facing, and he's going to do an AoE attack around him in close range. Once that's over, he does an AoE attack far away. So this is a common mechanic in Lost Ark. I'll just call it outside safe, inside safe. Voltan does this, the new K-Angel does this, a lot of bosses like to do this. So you run away, after the first explosion goes off, you jump right back inside. And I'm pretty sure that is what he does here instead of the cone attack, so we'll see. I run away, boom, you see how we started moving there and I saw no indicator? We'll back it up. This is what you should be looking at when he does this. So he jumps up right on the stick here, and then as soon as he moves, look at that. He did that little duck down movement. If he would have been doing the cone attack, he would be moving towards me right now. His front indicator would be coming my way. But I know he started moving and he's still facing straight ahead. So I'm like, okay, run away. Run away, he jumps down, you saw this explosion radius, and then you jump right back inside. Boom, you see the explosion out here. That one just takes a little bit getting used to. It's purely reactionary, but don't stand right in front of him when he's on top of the pole. That's the best advice I can give you on that. Really, the only other difference, major difference as far as mechanic goes, is a white mech. And he did this a couple different times, but I picked one that I thought was very clear to see. It happens 8:05 in the video. This is the second darkness, by the way. 8:05, 8:05. All right, that's it right here. So let's back up a second. So you guys remember this, right? He does like, it looks like he's skiing. He puts his hands by his side and he shoots out these purple things on the ground, and you have to CC him. And you know, in normal mode, any form of crowd control will work. For my Slayer, I have Earthquake, just like Berserker, but any tripod that you put a stun on it or a freeze, whatever works. In hard mode, they layer in a couple of different things here. So Prokel will be immune to 2 different types of CC. There's 6 categories total, and now you have to pay attention to either above his head, his hands, or his chest area will glow. You can see in this particular instance, you see this blue glow going on? This means he's immune to freeze. There's different charts I can try and find. I think Maxwell had some really nice images. I'll try and put them in the description. But this sounds scarier than it is. I remember when I was first doing hard Prokel, it's like, oh my God, I'm going to have to quickly identify the 2 categories I can't use and figure it out. But in reality, all you do is bring several different types of crowd control. So if you look at my bar, you can see I have sleep grenades, I have stun grenades, and I also have my ability that causes earthquake. 9 times out of 10, you know, you'll be able to use 2. So your ability, for instance, if that doesn't work, throw a sleep grenade or whatever. If I had a stun ability, then instead of this grenade, I'd run frost. So 3 different types of CC, and you're going to be fine most of the time. So right now I saw he was doing frost. I think earthquake is off cooldown, so I just throw a sleep here. Just like normal, no big deal. He's asleep. I believe there's fear. There's a couple different ones. I don't want to give you guys bad info. I'll find the chart for it. But it's not as scary as it sounds. Have 3 different types of crowd control. Use your ability. And if that doesn't work, just throw one of the grenades. There's only one time I've ever done Prokel where my first 2 he was immune to, and I got killed because of it. But 9 times out of 10, probably even more than that, you're not going to have any issues with this one. That is literally all the major differences in Prokel. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but if you guys have any questions on this video, future videos, you want help with something and you'd like me to make a video about it, I think I'll do sidereal usage next when you're leading a raid. Also, I stream just about every day, Twitch TV Nutris. Come by, say hi, check it out. I appreciate everything, guys, and have a good one.